Hello and welcome to this weekend's weather outlook video. And unfortunately, we're gonna have some rain today. We had a good amount of sunshine, very warm. And I wish I had gotten out there to enjoy it, but I don't know, just haven't been feeling too great. I couldn't get motivated to go. It's also very muddy out there too, with the snow melting and everything. So. Anyway, this is what the satellite looked like this morning, and this is what it looked like this afternoon. There was some scattered jet chunk around, but other than that, maybe some scattered stratocumulus. Other than that, plenty of sunshine, but very warm. And right now, looking at the satellite, you can see mostly clear skies, some cirrus kind of streaming in a little bit. And let's go to the excuse me, the current temperatures out there, and yeah, it is quite cool out there. 36 at Islip, and they're getting some of that radiational cooling. 32 at Farmingdale. Of course, the alley's 44. That's what the city is. So the alley's 44, 41 at LaGuardia, and the top of Stony Brook Hospital 42. So that's actually somewhat of the alley. Again, that radiational cooling is a low-lying cold air. So if you go up, you'll also notice a difference in the temperature, but we are getting that radiational cooling. West Hampton is down to 25. So we are definitely seeing that radiational cooling. 27 at Ocean County Airport. And as usual, I forgot something, so just hang on a minute. I always forget to pull up an image that I wanted to show you some information. We'll talk about it at the end of the video, basically annual weather report card for 2025. Anyway, yeah, temperatures generally in the mid-30s, unless you get the alley, of course. And it's 20s out east, too. And let's see, 27 at Miller Air Park as well. So you're getting to see some radiational cooling. All we'll have is high clouds tonight, light winds, dry air. But it was a warm day today. We got up to 50 degrees at Islip, 52 at Farmingdale, upper 40s. Looks like West Hampton got to 48. Central Park got to 49, 51 at LaGuardia, 50 at LaGuardia, 51 at JFK. No sea breeze at all. And we had 52 in Toms River as well. So, yeah, pretty warm day all in all today. Very warm. And yesterday was getting there. Today was quite warm. And, again, no sea breeze today at all whatsoever. So that's also part of it. That's what's keeping the temperatures up. So we'll go ahead and we'll look at our climate, our highs and lows today. So high of 50, that's 10 degrees above normal. Normally it's supposed to be at 40. A low of 35, 10 degrees above normal. So 11 degrees above normal for the day. Quite warm today. So quite a warm day. Not record breaking, but definitely quite warm. And we're going to have one more warm day tomorrow, but it's going to come with more clouds and rain chances. And then, unfortunately, Saturday is going to suck. So, but it is a nice, clear night out there. And I was out there looking at some pines at night. And this is in Levittown somewhere. But see the nice, clear skies there. You can see some scattered jet chunk. And that's some of what we had during the day. It comes with the territory when you get a warm air mass like this. So let's go to the CONUS view and take a look at the larger picture. So you see this big storm here in the middle of the country, and this is what's going to be affecting. There's a cold front coming through tomorrow evening that's going to spark off some scattered showers, but the front's going to stall to the south, and then another stronger wave of low pressure is going to ride along it for Saturday, giving us a freaking miserable day. So going to the weather map here, you'll see there's that lumbering system. So we go into tomorrow, you see there's that cold front approaching. Tomorrow is a warm front cold front combination, and then you see what happens on Saturday. We get this big mess coming in, and that's going to give us a pretty rainy, miserable Saturday. So let's go and look at the models here and take a look at see what's going on here. So we'll go to the European first, I guess, just to show you what we have. So you can see there's that system. So tomorrow we're dry for most of the day. We do have south winds, so there will be a sea breeze tomorrow, which means it'll probably wind up being cooler in most places on Long Island than it was today. increasing clouds, and then we have the models have really been dialing back the rain chances for tomorrow night. So this is good news, at least tomorrow night for the most part, except for an isolated shower. It looks like it's going to be dry. But you see, that front passes, stalls to the south, and then we have a wave of low pressure that goes along it that brings in rain. And again, Saturday morning will probably be dry, but from the afternoon on, you're going to be dealing with rain, heavy at times. It's going to be a soaker for the Saturday afternoon, and especially Saturday night. And then that moves on out, and then we have colder weather building in for Sunday. Not frigid weather, but it will be colder. And you can see the isobars again being tight because we have a very strong low pressure, so plenty of wind to deal with once we get to Sunday. So let's take a closer look at the HRRR model and take a look and show you what's going on. First, I'm going to go to the dew point and wind flow. So we have dry air in place, and that dry air will stay in place until we get toward tomorrow afternoon. Then the dew points start going up. We have the freshening southerly flow, and you see there's the moisture coming in with ahead of that cold front there, southerly flow, and you can see there. So it does get quite moist for tomorrow night, and then the cold front comes through. And this we'll have to watch for possible. I hope we don't have drizzle again. We had drizzle a couple of nights ago, and it was horrible. You see what happens Saturday. There's a cold front that comes through, but it stalls to the south. And then we have this wave of low pressure that's going to ride along this front that's going to be bringing rain. So looking at our temperatures tonight, I think a lot of the Pine Barrens are going to probably get below freezing. They probably are already below freezing, so possibly around 20. Most of Long Island, I think, will be lows around 30, unless your windows face an alley, of course. And then for tomorrow, it's going to be probably 55 to possibly, definitely well into the 50s for Jersey, but I think it'll be a little cooler for us, upper 40s to around 50. And then those temperatures stay there. They don't really drop. In fact, they rise. Perhaps they rise into the evening now, showing 50s as we get into this warm sector, and then this cold front comes through. It looks like it's slowing down the cold front a little bit, but see the cold front comes through, drops the temperatures down to the 30s by morning, and then Saturday, it's going to be a cold rain. Not going to be a warm rain. This isn't going to be an LLJ type of situation. It's just going to be a cold, miserable rain. So let's see how the HRRR is doing for precipitation. And go to this first. So dry for most of tomorrow, and you can see there's this front here that's approaching, right? You see very widely scattered showers now. Very widely scattered, but I can't rule out that there could be some sucky drizzle in there. We'll look at some of the other models and see about that. I'm hoping not, but I can't rule it out. I'm hoping that won't happen. We'll look and we'll see. With stalling cold fronts, you never know. And then you can see that front stalls to the south, and then the rain returns. Once we get toward the afternoon hours, the rain returns and will be with us through most of the evening, it looks like. Maybe a little bit of the HRRR trying to show a little bit of a break in the rain. But that's as far as the HRRR goes. It's up to 7 o'clock Saturday night. And that's as far as we got. So might have to do another weather video tomorrow if this looks a little more impressive. But right now, it's just going to be a boring rainstorm, basically. So we'll go to the European here. We'll look at this one. Show you what the European does with this. Well, so you get an idea. So again, you see there's the front coming through, stalls out. That low goes to the south of us, so we stayed in easterly flow. Even if the rain stops, there'll probably be drizzle with that kind of wind flow. And then here we go for Sunday, and that much drier air moves in. The dew points drop quite substantially. So let's go look at our temperatures on the European, and then we'll take a look at some of the precipitation modeling here that we have for you. So you can see there's that cold, that there's that low. South of that warm front, it's quite warm. 70s up into Virginia, perhaps. That's pretty crazy. But we're going to be staying in the 30s to around 40s. It's going to be a chilly rain. And then Sunday, seasonable temperatures. So highs probably low 40s. Seasonable. It'll be seasonable slightly above normal. But let's get through this rain first. So let's go ahead and look at the... Actually, I should have done this one. No, that's the only one we have. So here we go. So see that rain comes in Saturday, and then I'm going to rain Saturday night. So let's see what the European is showing as far as total rainfall goes. And yeah, generally that 1 to 2 inches, I think, is a good bet because it's going to be quite a soaker, I think. We do have a good amount of moisture to work with here with this. We'll show you this 700 to 300, and you see there's a nice, quite a nice blob of moisture. Tomorrow is not a lot of moisture to work with, but Saturday there is, and that's going to help definitely produce some decent rain. We can also look at this as well, and you can see the area of lift right there, right over late afternoon, Saturday night. That's where you're going to get your rain. So let's go to the NAM 12. This is the NAM, by the way, the NAM 12. So we're looking at the NAM 12 first, and you can see that decent amount of lift there. That's going to put some heavy rain in for Saturday night, I think. So Saturday night soaker is a good way to put it, I think. So here's the NAM 12 for tomorrow, and you can see that rain just kind of fizzles out a little bit as it gets toward us. So the main deal is going to be Saturday, and you can see that's going to be a hell of a soaker that we're going to be dealing with for Saturday. So let's go to the higher resolution NAM. So here's tomorrow night, and you can see it's just very light. The NAM's still a little bit wetter than some of the other models, so I'm hoping it isn't this wet because Friday night could be kind of wet if this were to verify. And from Friday night alone, we would see maybe up to 1/4 of an inch of rain, but the heavier rain is again Saturday into Saturday night into Sunday. That's when we get into that heavier rain. The Saturday night in particular, yeah, look at that. That's a soaker right for your Saturday night. So, and then that kind of lingers around a little bit into the early part of Sunday before clearing out again. This is as far as the NAM would go at this point. So let's go ahead and go to that's the NAM, which does have a wet bias. Let's go to the HDRPS, which unfortunately we don't have the full 0Z in for the HDRPS. We can look at tomorrow night's system. All right, so this is the HDRPS, and it seems like it's a little bit wetter than the last run. So this is the 10. This is the 18s. There you can see it a little bit wetter. I really hope it's not that wet because it's going to suck having two rainy nights in a row. But that's a possibility that could happen. This is the HDRPS right here for tomorrow, and you can see that front just stalling out right there. So you don't have the full HDRPS in to use for that. Let's go to FV3, which is the high-resolution GFS version here. We have GFS, again, showing those showers, again, coming through. It's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and maybe a few light. Has a very brief amount around rain, but there could be, even when this passes by, I wouldn't be surprised if there's drizzle all night. And then we get into this for Saturday here. That's, again, Saturday night soaker. It's going to be a soaker through the evening. Here's a GFS, and it's really slow to move it away too. This is a Sunday morning still has it over there. This is the 0Z GFS. So total amount of rain from this. This is the high resolution model. All right, but you can see again that general 1 to 2 inches of rain is basically what we're expecting here at this point. So it is going to be a soaker. And I think we've gone through almost all the models here that I want to use for this. We have the regular GFS as well, which is this is the regular GFS that we have. But this one has not really initialized the latest run. So, but we do have, again, the NAM and all these other models. So, this again, the NAM, which does go all the way out. And you can see there's the NAM again. And I guess we'll look at skies. Obviously, this is as far as this is going to go with the sky models. We'll go to RGM here. Show you this. So you like lots of clouds. So for tomorrow, I was kind of pissed I missed the sunshine today, but it was kind of warm out, and I just wasn't. So tomorrow there'll be sunshine mixed with some high clouds, and then the clouds thicken later on, and then and we will look at the RGM too as well for this. This is the 0Z RGM. I will look at that for precipitation as well. Obviously, after that, we are in the clouds all day Saturday, and then maybe Sunday. We finally see some improvement by the afternoon, maybe even the late morning hours, perhaps. And then, that'll be next week. But hopefully, we'll have a mostly sunny Monday. Hopefully, along with temperatures that are seasonable. So let's go ahead and look at the RGM. All right, this is the RGM against tomorrow night, and then this is the deal for Saturday night into Sunday. So it's gonna, this is a real. It's gonna be a real miserable Saturday night. Total accumulated precip. Again, that general 1 to 2 inch amount is generally what I'm expecting from this. So let's go ahead and look at a different model. Let's go ahead and look at the windy.com. I guess we could go to Ventusky first. We'll stop off at Ventusky first. The wind is not going to be an issue. As far as tomorrow goes, I mean, the wind, it's not going to be that. It'll be breezy, which may make it a problem when it's raining, but it won't be like damaging wind or anything like that. We can look at visibility as well and kind of show you. This is just going to show the shower, so I don't see any drizzle here, but I would not be surprised after this moves through that we're going to have sucky drizzle after that, after this cold front kind of gets stuck. I would not be surprised that there's sucky drizzle for the morning to Saturday. It would not surprise me at all. And then here comes the rain for Saturday night. All right. Wind, as far as wind goes with this, there won't be much wind with the. I mean, there'll be a little bit of a breeze here, maybe gusts up to 35. Again, it's gonna just make it miserable. But other than that, not damaging. But it'll be a wind. Maybe a sort of windswept rain, but nothing really damaging at all. This is the Ventusky, which is using the HRRR. We'll go now to the European model. So here we go for the European one on windy.com, and we'll go ahead and look at wind on here. I really don't think wind is going to be too much of an issue, but the winds there'll be a breeze tomorrow, but nothing really crazy. It'll be a breeze. It'll be breezy when that front comes through. Other than that, it's your Saturday. So here's the storm off to the south. And not really. It's Sunday, I think, that we have to be a little more concerned about wind. That's when we're going to see some wind gusts, possibly up to 30 to 40 miles an hour. Probably not enough for wind advisory, but that's the day that's going to be on the windy side. Visibility, we'll look at the drizzle factor as well. So this is, by the way, is the clouds for sun. So at least it clears out Sunday. But let's go ahead and look at that drizzle factor for tomorrow, first of all. And hopefully there isn't any sucky drizzle. This is showing that there might be some sucky drizzle for the evening. So I really hope there isn't. But this is what it looks like on here. So expect tomorrow night to be damp and then Saturday night to be absolutely wet. So if you have evening plans, unfortunately, they're going to be ruined this weekend. So pretty much it. So, all right. Last thing we're going to go over here is our climate report card for 2025. Just briefly, we'll go over this. And starting with Islip. The average temperature for Islip was 54.7 degrees. That is 1.6 degrees above normal. This is for the entire year of 2025. The highest temperature was 101 degrees on June 24th. And the lowest was 7 on January 22nd. That was is the sixth warmest year on record at Islip. For precipitation, we had 36.91 inches of precipitation. That's 80% of normal. Snowfall was 22.1 inches, and it was the 8th driest for the year. Right, and of course that snowfall includes December. Otherwise, it would have been even lower. Kennedy, average temperature of 55.6 was 1.3 degrees above normal. Highest temperature was 102 on June 24th and 25th. That was one hell of a heat wave. I remember that. That was horrible. Low of 13 on January 22nd, so a lot of the dates the same. The 15th warmest. Precipitation was 34.06 for the entire year, and snowfall was 17.8, fifth driest. However, it's interesting, when you go to Central Park, which has had records for much longer, they were 0.2 degrees below normal, which is kind of interesting. Average high of 55.6. And they only hit 96 on June 24th. Or is that 99? 99 on June 24th. They did not hit 100, oddly enough. And honestly, Central Park, I don't mention it as much as because there are a lot of vegetation around that site, and it's actually in a really cool spot as far as cooler temperatures go, particularly in the summer. Um, However, it was the low was 10. The lowest temperature is 10 on January 22nd, and precipitation still 80% of normal, so still drier than normal. Everybody was drier than normal. Nobody was above normal for precipitation. You see that all the sites there. So that pretty much concludes the 2025 year in review. You can see this on the National Weather Service website. In fact, it's still there. I could have just done that. Still climate report summary. I could have clicked it there. But anyway, have a good night. This weekend is going to suck. So be prepared to be stuck indoors. Well, at least for Saturday. At least Sunday will be okay. And even tomorrow night, we got that damn rain. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. And hopefully it doesn't wind up being too wet tomorrow night, but it could be a little damp. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, I hate the rain. Have a good night.